Hi, my name's Rich Harrington, and welcome to this episode of Adorama TV. And we're taking a look today at a new photography trend, which is Wi-Fi photography. Now, you might be saying, why Wi-Fi? Well, pretty simply, it's because of devices like this. People have gotten used to using smartphones and shooting pictures and then posting them to the web. However, not everybody wants to have a smartphone or is satisfied with the photo quality that their phone gives them. Now, I'm not here to debate whether or not you want to use an iPhone or a Droid to shoot, or you want a more full-size camera with additional features. The point is that manufacturers are responding with new options to directly connect to the internet right from the camera. So let's start simple. Real easy one here from Samsung, as well as another point and shoot from Canon. Both of these have Wi-Fi functionality built in and allow you to connect to a network. Now, why would you choose these cameras? Well, lots of folks like a point and shoot. Got a lot of family members who love having things like this in their purse, taking pictures of the kids or the grandkids. They want that stability and feel. Not everybody feels that a phone should be a video game system, a camera, a video camera, and a personal organizer. Some folks just want a phone, and they want a camera separately that has its own battery life, or removable batteries. Well, that's okay. This works, and I think it does a nice job. You'll notice that this actually right on top has a dedicated Wi-Fi mode button. Now, the menu system that you see in this camera is really easy to use, and what I like about this camera is that you don't even need a computer to connect to the net. So if you want to give a child the ability to post photos to the internet, or a grandparent, first off, make sure you know you're giving them that ability, but they don't need to have a computer to connect to. They don't have to first find a computer to plug in, transfer it off, and hit upload. This can connect directly. In fact, you don't even have to connect it to a computer to set it up. Just browse through the easy menu system, connect to a local Wi-Fi network, choose what you want to upload to. It's going to support a variety of formats. We've got Facebook, YouTube, PhotoBucket, and Picasa, as well as the ability to wirelessly back up the camera as you shoot. It's really quite nice. The Canon implementation's a little bit different, but works very well. You're going to need to connect this to your computer first, tether it, and set it up. Now, there were a few bugs in getting the Canon to work. I did like the Samsung a bit better, but I do find if you're a Canon shooter, this is a very, very small, ultra-compact point-and-shoot camera. You see on back the ability to go ahead and connect both to a sharing network or to a computer or other devices. The Samsung was easier to set up, but once properly configured, you do get good results. Now, this is fine, but a lot of you are saying, I don't want a point and shoot. I want the flexibility. So if you've stepped up, you actually have the ability here. So it's the NX20 from Samsung. It's an actual removable lens system, and they offer a variety of focal lengths that you can get. It's a very, very solid camera, and I shot with this for several days. I took it on a short family day trip over the 4th of July weekend area and shot great video, great action. A little bit slow for burst mode, but very, very good raw performance in this type of body. Rarely do you see raw in this size camera, and I love that. Another thing that really stood out about this camera was how cool it was in shooting actual panoramic photos. You just hold the button and pan the camera, and it shoots a panoramic photo very easily, easier than anything I've ever seen. Now, perhaps the best thing, though, is if you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can send right from this camera up to your favorite network. So you just switch it on over to the Wi-Fi mode, very easy, flip the camera on, and on back is an easy-to-read menu system. And you just navigate through. You can use what's called a remote viewfinder if you want to use an iOS or an Android device to see what's in the camera. A little bit interesting feature there. I do like the social sharing, though, super easy. Pop that open, and the same choices we talked about before. Facebook, YouTube, PhotoBucket, which does work with Twitter, and Picasa. And you just go ahead and select it. Now, when you choose that, what you need to realize is that it won't work with RAW. So if you want to be posting directly from the camera, use one of the RAW plus modes, including a medium or a high-quality JPEG file. That file can be posted directly. So you just go ahead and scroll through, and I can just put a check mark next to the pictures that I want to upload. And it's real easy. I'm just using the command dial. There we go. And I'm just grabbing quickly here. Some of these are going to be a little bit better than others. All right, and then I'll just scroll on over to upload and push a button. And I can add a comment. This comment you put can just describe what the pictures are, letting folks who follow you on social media what it's all about. Tap upload, And what's nice is you actually see the progress of the upload right on the screen. And it's very, very fast. I like the fact that it gives you a live update. Some of these other Wi-Fi cameras that I've seen out there just sort of hang out and say a spinning wheel or uploading. This is actually giving you progress, and you could see both the percentage for the individual photo as well as a total count, so you see how far along you are on each image. Very, very flexible. Now that's running, and I've already posted some to Facebook. This is just my personal Facebook page. And here's some from the NEX20. Now I'll open that up, and we have some photos that I had shot previously, some here on the set, just testing it, and others from my trip. And you see very, very quickly, all the normal Facebook functionalities preserved, and look, those pictures that I just took automatically got added into the album. So while I'm sitting here talking to you, it updated live. If you're doing things like a party or a social function, one of the things I always get nagged at is, when am I going to see the pictures? When am I going to see the pictures? And let's be honest, when do you have time? Now, I love to post-process. I love to do Photoshop, Lightroom, and get in there and really develop my images. But sometimes people want pictures now, which is why I find myself reaching in and pulling out my iPhone and snapping off a photo. Well, this gives me more lens functionality and choices. And in fact, it doesn't have to just be one of these cameras. If you want to add this functionality to your existing DSLR or camera, you could do that with the folks from iFi. They have a type of card that plugs in. Now, the iFi cards are pretty reasonable, about $40 for a 4 GB card, and there's lots of sizes available. And this allows you to automatically transfer photos or video from the card itself. Let's take a look at how that works. Now, the card is bright orange, and it basically has the ability to generate a Wi-Fi network from right inside the card. It's got its own little transmitter. It's kind of crazy, but it actually works. And you plug that in, and then you just shoot. Now, when you're shooting, there's a couple things to realize. This card has different options available for how you connect to the network. If you have the extended plan, you could subscribe to the hotspot plan, and that's going to give you the ability to connect pretty much anywhere that there's a coffee shop or a lot of restaurants, airports, hotels. There's these hotspots, and they've got deals with several different hotspot owning companies that allow you to easily connect to those public networks. Otherwise, you just pop the card out and you can configure it on your computer, adding any networks that you want to use. So let's put it in and take a look at that interface. And I launched the included software. And what you'll see here is the ability to just set up the card. So you could choose which networks you want to add, your home network or any place you are. You will need a computer to initially configure it, but once it's added, it's always available. You can automatically connect and have it transfer any photos or video to this device. It's very easy. And you could tell it if you want to do geotagging, which is an optional upgrade, and how to transfer. Now, the cool thing is that you simply connect this to your social networks. So you could choose any picture that you've transferred, drag it down, and then publish it or email it. And you just connect which networks you want. You'll see it supports a wide range: Flickr, Snapfish, SmugMug, Evernote, FTP, you name it. Lots of different options, including Adorama Pics if you need that. And once you've connected that or you want to print, it's all set. You can just go ahead and submit those. Once you take that card out of the computer, put it back in the camera, it's going to go ahead and essentially create a network. Cool thing too is there's also host applications available for things like iPad and iOS, so you can actually tether your camera to the iPad for wireless transfer. Now I've got this, I'm just going to go ahead and frame up a shot. Let's just take a quick picture here. There we go. And you'll notice that it's going to create a connection to the computer. I've already posted some this way. Here's some of the ones from earlier today. And it creates its own album, and you'll see the updates. There you see it. It's pretty cool stuff, this evolution of adding Wi-Fi to our cameras. It's really being driven by things like the smartphone, and you're going to see it in the smaller point and shoots all the way up to any pro body just by adding the right type of card. Even professional cameras are starting to get new options here for sharing, and this is just a trend that you're going to want to keep an eye on. To that end, make sure you regularly visit the Adorama Learning Center. There's tons of articles there about new cameras and product reviews, and what you're going to see is that more and more manufacturers are putting this functionality right in. For Adorama, my name's Rich Harrington. Thanks for joining us.
Adorama TV is brought to you by Adorama, your best source for the equipment and knowledge you need. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 7 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, the next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. Check out the Adorama Rental Company for professional cameras, lighting, computers, and more. We'll help you make the best selection to match your needs while giving you the knowledge to achieve the best outcome from your rental. Adorama is your complete solution for equipment, printing, training, and more. Adorama, more than a camera store.